Going everybody, Sir SMW coming at you from 858. First off, I just want to say congratulations to 858. We pulled out the three-peat Global Conquest Champions 3 in a row. That's awesome. But just real quick, let's watch our fight here. I'm a C36 and we're fighting a C37. So he's got tier 12 shredders. He's got tier 12 zombies. And yeah, that's about all we'll get for now out of that. Anyways, we'll go over his stats here in a second and see exactly what's what. But I want to show you how you can make just a world of difference just by changing your formation up. This is what I call the two. Well, let's start over real quick. 2-2-3. So 2 in the front, melee, 2 mid, and 3 in the rear. We'll just zip back through it because it was almost done. And I lost. Guys, share your losses too in Neil Alliance chat. There's nothing wrong with that. Guys can, maybe give you some tips. You can come right back and try again and possibly pull out a victory there. So you'll see he still had, 111,000. Plane is the same level. Titan 1 level higher and 1 level lower. So about even on Titans. The tier 12 zombies and shredders. Stats. Looking very similar to mine. In fact, he's a touch higher on some areas. So here's mine. Same plane, level 30. And 2 level 27 Titans. Tier 11 zombies. Tier 11 frontline. And just my tier 12 snipers. With a couple of rockets. Those aren't putting out what they get. I don't use very many. Yeah, 168 kills. Those don't even. Alright, so stats. Melee hit point, he had me beat. LRA, he had me beat. Damage, we were pretty close. And like I said, I got my butt whooped. He had 6,000 extra troops in his army. 111,000 left over. But we lost. Oh, and now I lost where I was. There we go. That was that one. So now, I won with 164,000 left over. Let's take a peek. Now we got the 3-4-4 formation. 3 melee, 4 mid, and 4 in the rear row. And, I did play a little bit with the amounts, so a little bit different formation. And I love how his shredders just bypass my melee that's still up there. He just comes right to my zombies. But I already kind of did the damage. He didn't have, 5,000 shredders left over when he came to my zombies, so we whittled away his melee. And now it's a total different story. Just by changing the formation a little bit. Excuse me, I just ate, I got some hiccups going. And, there's an argument about the tier 12 snipers versus the tier 11 cannon. Some fights, yes, cannons perform better. Some fights, the tier 12 snipers perform better. I've definitely noticed against C38s fighting EMPs that the snipers work a lot better than cannon. But sometimes with C37s, it all depends on how many units they're using, what type of formation. If they have a lot of units, then maybe cannons might be better for you. You just gotta, keep your formation identical and swap out your cannon for your snipers and test it for yourself, because every city is going to perform differently. There is no one size fits all for every city. So our stats are very close. I just thought that was a good little piece of information to share. I mean, it went drastically. He had 111,000 left over, and then when I changed my formation up, I had 160 left over. So just something to keep in mind. Oh, and that C38 that I did a 7-part short series on, she got mad at me and she hit me with like 6 attacks one day. And I always said if I could get into her city, I'm sure I could figure out a way for that city to beat my 36. Well, here it is. We'll share it real quick. She finally got a victory on me on that same 2-2-3 formation. So maybe I don't like that formation so much anymore. Maybe that's more of a, just hurry up and get in the mind type of formation, or, someone that you're just going to wipe out no matter what you send type of form, But if you really need the power, the absolute best formation, it's probably going to be the 3-4-3 or the 3-4-4 formation. So she got the blue and red bar just messes with my mind. It looks like we're still winning, and there we go. Now there's no way. Okay. So she got her victory. Made herself feel better. And this is all just for learning purposes. I don't hate this person or nothing. I like being tested as well. So, holy moly, come on back and try it again if you see me out there. Because I came right back with her formation that she hit me with. I made my 3-4-3 or 3-4-4. No, I didn't use shielders, so 3-4-3 this time. And I took her right out. If I was her, I would use more EMPs, only about 15,000 snipers instead of whatever she's got, 80. Small amount of cannon, and max those EMPs out. When you're splitting your power up in the rear between a couple of different units, it's hard to be the best. It's hard to be at your best. So pick one as your main killer, and then pad everything with, a smaller amount. Don't use one. Let's take a look at her stats. She got bigger Titans than me, higher level plane. Levels of Titans don't mean anything to me if you don't have the talents and, like the lightning skills and the steel barrier, all the other stuff that goes into them. Or that they could be purple for all I know. Get them gold, tier 3, work yourself up to tier 7, but make sure that you're working on those talents. So her stats are moving up a little bit. Same thing, her melee hit point LRA is higher than mine, but her damage is not. And you can tell by looking at some of these stats, maybe the drill officers could use some extra work, or maybe the Alexandria war officer could use a little extra work. But, yeah, there we go. So just a couple of things. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch y'all in the next one.